This is something a bit different to the channel. Hello and welcome to my career mode in the Sauber. 110 AR difficulty, so I was expecting to have some decent qualifying, but I didn't. 19th, and that was me pushing my heart out. As you can see there, Van Dorn ends up blocking me off. Australia obviously isn't like this, but I ended up losing the recording after saving a screenshot for what position I finished in. So yeah, you're stuck with a replay camera for now, which kind of sucks. But anyway, coming down into the hairpin, as you can see, I just make a dive bomb up into 7th, which is bloody ridiculous. So from 19th to 7th, almost already. So I'm already best of the rest in a Sauber. But as you can see, this is the end of lap 1, and the Williams don't like the prospect of being behind me. Felipe Massa, not even DRS yet, and he's already basically making the move. And Lance Stroll, what the hell with the straight line? 3 wide. Lance Stroll was about 1.2 seconds out, and caught us both up down the straight. And Massa's in a Williams, so I don't even know how he managed to do that. Cutting up to the next lap, and as you can see, I still haven't pulled away from the Williams, and the Sauber just sucks. The only thing good about it was the straight line. That was the only reason I really kept ahead. As you can see, Lance Stroll with his ridiculous straight line speed. Lap 3 as you saw, because he has DRS open. Love this camera, you don't even see Lance Stroll really. Felipe Massa trying to catch up in the braking zone. Lance Stroll, as you saw, locked up, and we end up going side by side. And I end up actually out-tractioning him, which was very weird. Still side by side though, bit of a corner cut to avoid him, and I'm somehow still in 7th holding off the Williams. As you can see though, the leaders have gone. Go a bit defensive, and Lance Stroll goes after I went for the defense, so that was really smart by the AI. I managed to hold it round the outside, got forced a bit out wide, and as you can see, AI are awesome to battle this year. As you can see, I replay it, because, to be honest, I was actually not expecting this moment to happen between me and Lance Stroll. But as you can see there, Lance Stroll just catches me off guard. And I never thought I'd say that with an AI, especially Lance Stroll. Well, to be honest, it's a miracle he's up in that position. But as you can see there, force him out wide, and Massa jumps on it almost instantly and gets past as well. Yet again, down the main straight, haven't pulled a gap. And as you can see, Felipe Massa just looking to make a way through. DRS assisted, and just look at Lance Stroll. That straight line is ridiculous. He's already caught up to us, he gets boxed in though. I end up boxing up Felipe Massa, but I go too far out wide, and Massa ends up getting really close. We're going to end up staying with the main straight as well, because I was not safe. As you can see, the Toro Rosso of Carlos Sainz and I believe that was Ocon going side by side. That looked ridiculous. But as you can see, I was just under the onslaught of the Williams. As you can see, we've actually pulled away from the rest of the group field, so the trolley train is not in activation yet. As you can see though, a mistake from me, and Massa just pounces on it. As you can see, I end up pulling to the inside for some no reason. But as you can see, Felipe Massa, just in one corner, you'll just notice the gap he gets away. I try hanging an inside line and just get screwed over, and look how far he is already. And I might have DRS, but old Ferrari, well, stock Ferrari engine really. And as you can see, I went off the defense and then back off, on the defense and then back off. And Lance Stroll, with his stupid straight line speed, ended up getting past. I went about out wide, forced Massa off with me, and Lance Stroll tried jumping on it. So it was basically. It was when I say 2-horse race, it's a 3-horse race between me and both the Williams. As you can see, they're still side by side, which is ridiculous. As you can see, coming up to the straight again, that was the main overtaking place for them, for me. But as you can see, I managed to defend them off pretty well over the accordance of this race. But as you can see, Lance Stroll with that stupid straight line speed ends up passing me before the hairpin, comes across a bit. So that was a bit risky, but as you can see, I just do him under braking. But I go a bit too far, and Lance Stroll, yet again it's Lance Stroll, ends up getting the move done. As you can see, we're still side by side. Yet again, I hit the curb pretty aggressively, and ended up shoving him out wide. And to be honest, the only reason I actually stayed ahead of Carlos Sainz and Bottas, sorry, I'm too used to F1 2016, and Lance Stroll is because I got the DRS from Lance Stroll. But as you can see, I still haven't pulled the gap I needed, because it's a bloody Sauber and 110 AI. What do you expect? Masters pit now, and as you can see, Lance Stroll does not leave me any respite. I feel like I'm fine though, for some reason, because he could have quite easily blown past me. And as you can see, Lance Stroll locks up horrendously. Still stays ahead of the Toro Rosso somehow. But as you can see, I've got a bit of a breathing space, which I needed for a long time. But as you can see, the assholes dive into the pits. And that is a Ferrari. I was never expecting, in my career mode, to be ahead of Ferrari. I decided to skip ahead a bit, just for the entertainment value. Entertainment value? The fuck am I on about? But, as you can see, Nico Hülkenberg ends up closing up the gap quite rapidly, and I end up defending from him. Not much happens, so I'm still skipping through. But that Ferrari is getting ever closer. And, let's just say that Ferrari ends up causing a bit of trouble for me. Going through the sweeping left and right-hander, that Ferrari is looking very dangerous. And you'll hear me keep on referring back to that Ferrari. But in the last segment of this, that Ferrari becomes very dominant. As you can see, went a bit out wide, so I made a bit of a mistake. And that's all the AI really needed. As you can see, Nico Hülkenberg on the softs. I make a mistake, and Nico Hülkenberg ends up shooting through. But as you can see, I end up holding the inside. And this is probably the only reason I didn't get swamped by about 4 cars straight. It's because I ended up getting DRS. As you can see though, brilliant fucking camera angle to catch the action behind. Bloody love it. Nico Hülkenberg's off to my left. As you can see, I move right left just to see where he is. And all of a sudden, fucking the Ferrari of Kimi Raikkonen just goes down there inside of everyone. I end up forcing him across the gravel. What the fuck? The curb. And as you can see, he's made a double overtake up to P8, I believe was what I was battling for. As you can see, one of the Renaults actually dives in. But as you can see, that Ferrari is all over me. Defend too late, and it's through. But as you can see, I end up going out wide, and then a virtual safety car ends up happening. So Nico Hülkenberg has to give a space back. I didn't even notice at the time there's actually a Mercedes right behind him. I didn't even notice that. Anyway, I decided to make it a bit risky going into pits. As you can see, I royally cock up and almost hit the wall. I had to reverse it because I'm just a retard. Oh, that was so stupidly close. If I would have hit that wall, oh my god. But anyway, cutting on to the end of the virtual safety car? No, it was an actual safety car, sorry. But as you can see, I am just fucking brilliant camera angle, thank you. But I'm basically right on the bumper. Bumper? These cars don't have bumpers. The diffuser, there you go. Of Sergio Perez, who's on the medium, so he's running to the end. But so am I. So we're on 2 very different compounds. As you can see, I end up pulling out, that sounds wrong. Pulling out from behind his diffuser to see if I end up getting a run. But it goes green and no one goes. So I end up going through the hairpin and then all of a sudden being left for dead. Because the service is not good. As you can see though, Perez ends up getting up just decent enough as I lose the car. He ends up getting just a decent enough restart to stay ahead of me. And I swear that was a DRS off and it wasn't that. But as you can see, I just nowhere near close enough. I close up in the corner and then actually catching him napping. Oh my god. I was I'm going over this and I wasn't even expecting that. But as you can see, next up's Palmer. Bless him. He's sucking in my career mode. I don't think he scored a point. But as you can see, random dive bomb wasn't even meant. It didn't even need to do that. As you can see, somehow make it stick because F1 2017 the AI still back off a bit. But as you can see, I just don't have the turning, and I come under attack from Palmer of all people. As you can see, that Renault was so good. You wouldn't expect it to be good down the straight with the Renault engine, but it is, and it keeps on attacking. But late on braking again, and I make a really stupid dive bomb on Carlos Sainz, which I wasn't expecting to do at the time. But as you can see, a lot of people pull into pits, so as I kill the camera. I might be paying a lot to get that reinstated. As you can see, Nico Hulkenberg just parked it on the grid. Safe as you like, really, isn't it? And all of a sudden I'm up into a points position, and yet again the exact same move that I did on Perez, end up getting a switchback, don't even know how, on Magnussen, and ended up making it stick. As you can see, we're on the softs and so is Magnussen. This is cutting on to much later on. As you can see, I've been behind the Williams, but they just sauntered off as if I was nothing. And I'm all of a sudden under attack from Carlos Sainz. As you can see, I moved back over. Fucking camera angle, love it. I don't know why I didn't take control of it. But as you can see, I end up going a bit out wide. And Carlos Sainz is just all over me. And Perez, on the mediums, has kept up this entire time as well. Do I kill the camera? No, cool. Carlos Sainz comes into the pit, and I end up screwing up, so congratulations. And that is a bloody Ferrari and a Merc. So, and there's Valtteri Bottas. I had hope to keep up with Valtteri. As you can see later on, though, as the Ferrari Sebastian Vettel bloody attacks me, I didn't even make a mistake. That was just the Ferrari being a Ferrari. And Perez, who did just get swamped, ends up trying to move back on him, and I think he actually does it under DRS. Finally, the replay camera works with me, and actually gives me a decent camera. You'll just see how quickly they catch up. This is Ferrari versus Ferrari. I know that Ferrari in the background, this fucking thing. Oh, it's Kimi, not even Sebastian. Whoops. But it was hell. As you can see, the second Williams, if I believe that was Lance Stroll, comes into pits, and I am just under slaughter from the Ferrari. As you can see, there's no one behind us. That's going to change soon. As you can see, I force him out wide, and he just clears me around the outside. But the Ferrari, for whatever reason, whenever they pass me, they always lost the car. And I ended up replaying it multiple times, but I didn't, because I just didn't understand why the Ferrari ended up losing it. The cars have been stuck to the ground for most of the race, but every time the Ferrari overtook me, they'd lose the car, and I'd get back through. And as you can see, come on. I end up chipping off an end plate of Kimi Räikkönen. You saw it, a flash of it there. Doesn't change his pace whatsoever, and you can't even see the damage. But Perez managed to make an overtake in that same lap. So, something was wrong. But as you can see, like, I've got a bit of a gap, which is non-existent after a second. Look at how menacing that looks. I had never thought I'd say menacing with pink and red. But, as you can see, Kimi just makes a move stick. But I was trying a very audacious one-stop with the two softer compounds after what I did in Australia. Nice corner cut. There's a massive play, and it's just gone behind the thing. There's the second Ferrari. So that meant I'm now ahead of both the Ferraris. And yet again, Kimi clears me around the outside, and yet again goes out wide and gives me back. I believe I was battling for 4th then. 4th or 5th. So, I'm already doing pretty awesome. And that Ferrari, Sebastian catches us so fast because the truly train comes into activation, really. As you can see, Kimi's just looking for a way through, it just doesn't happen. Sebastian's already caught up about a second in those two corners. And as you can see there, he's already caught up. This is the same lap, and Sebastian Vettel's caught a 4-second gap to Perez already. I go out wide because the fucking Sauber can't turn, and I am under direct fire from Kimi Räikkönen now. As you can see, not even hit near the limiter, and as you see, Kimi just makes a move around the outside. I managed to hold it, Kimi locks, and as you can see, me being me, I end up going out wide. And Kimi, I don't know how the move wasn't stuck, but I just make a dive bomb. Fuck me, that was actually a very big corner cut. I force him out wide, because I'm just a dick, and then the V formation happens behind me. That, looking back at that, was so menacing. And all of a sudden, Perez, who was behind both of them, just decides, fuck it, down round the outside. And somehow, don't ask me how the Force India did this, he ends up making the move. But as you can see, Kimi, the Ferrari just had so much traction. Except for when they were overtaking me, and that's their one flaw. They couldn't overtake a bloody Sauber. But, camera worked with me. I think Perez ends up holding up to the position. No, Kimi gets past him, alright. I had too high hopes for the Force India. As you can see though, get a bit of a... My recording ends up maxing out. Sorry about that, so there'll be a bit of cut. But as you can see, I make one mistake and Kimmy's already all over me. That corner's meant to be flat out. I can't take it flat out. As you can see, I very aggressively forced Kimmy off to the left. Left to right. Bloody hell. Directions are hard. As you can see, fucking swamped. But somehow, I end up outbraking all of them. And somehow, Perez ends up outbraking them as well. Kimmy, just with stupid traction, being a fucking Ferrari, ends up out-tractioning Perez, and somehow makes it work. That is a Merc, and that's the Merc of Lewis Hamilton. He's caught about 15 seconds and 2 laps. I'm not even kidding. I saw him pit, come out, and I've just watched him on the main map. Catch up. New camera angle. I make a massive fuck up, and Sebastian Vettel's instantly on me. And the save here. Both of us. Sebastian's up making a save, and I make a save off the circuit. You wouldn't believe me. I was full lock to the right. I ended up cutting off Sebastian there, so it might have been my fault. But even with that gap, can I not? Just go back through it. But as you can see, Perez actually, Lewis Hamilton's already on the back, so there's no point in saying about him. I believe I had actually knocked an end plate at that point, sort of what I did in Australia. But as you can see, Perez somehow doesn't make the move stick, but I've got a bit of a gap. I think, a beautiful camera angle again. This seems to be the favourite camera angle down the straight, which doesn't help me in my recording. But turn around, that is mental. That is all cars, all faster than me. And as you can see, I've got a bit of a gap as Perez just forces Kimmy off the track like nobody's business. Somehow Kimmy still stays ahead of him. Don't know how. I run out wide. I've got a bit of a gap, which is non-existent in about 3 corners. As you can see, I haven't even made a mistake. That was just me down a straight, short straight at that. Sebastian locks up. First mistake I've really seen where it wasn't at the first corner. But now I've got a Mercedes power behind me, and he just swamps me. Oh, camera angle. Bit better. You actually see the wheels of the Ferrari, which is now, you can't see, 3 wide. I come across as Kimmy. Oh my god, I said Sebastian instead of Kimmy, didn't I? Oh, I'm so bad with their helmets. But as you can see, Kimmy and Massa actually have a bit of a battle behind me. Massa, don't know what the hell was going through the AI's head there, but he decides to make a move, and Lewis, because I needed a bloody Merc behind me, ends up making, like, I think a triple overtake. And as you can see, Perez hits the grass, nothing happens to him. And somehow, Massa's still the car behind me. Don't ask me how. But Lewis, I believe, there's a car behind him. And Perez, I believe, is still in this. But, yet again, like, as you can see, there is a McLaren catching me. That's how slow I was going. That was Van Dorn as well. That wasn't even Alonso. As you can see, going on the straight, there's not enough turning in the thing. And for once, it's just me and Massa. My defending was very questionable. In real life, I probably would have been given many penalties. But as you can see on my steering wheel, that is P3. I'm battling for P3 right now. I never thought I'd be saying that. As I kill the camera again, that's another 400 gone. They're having to replace, I think, 4 of them. As you can see, truly train. Activation has been, it's here. The activation. As you can see, I thought I wasn't going to get attacked down that straight. I've made a bit of a gap. Fucking course, I was. I've got a Merc power, a Ferrari power, Merc, Ferrari. Oh no, it was another Merc. Damn it. Oh, I was so close. But it was bloody ridiculous. As you can see, haven't even made a mistake. The Williams decides fuck it. And nice. Brilliant camera angle. Switched it a bit too soon there, didn't you? Truly trained. McLaren's actually on the back of it, so yeah. Slowness. I swear to God I just saw rain. There was not rain in this race. But as you can see, there's a bit of a gap. Except for where I needed it. As you can see, you can actually see. You saw a bit of white. Oh my god, camera. And as you can see, I just get blown past. Bit of wheel-on-wheel contact. I don't know how I made this corner looking back at it. As you can see, Hamilton's still, like, in the middle. Like, basically, I have Sebastian behind me yelling blue flags, not realising he's battling me. Kimi has made a pit stop and's caught back up to us. As you can see, I end up going out wide, and the curse of the Ferrari is here, because Sebastian makes a move, he loses the car twice, exact same as Kimi, except for he doesn't hit me, and I've got a bit of a gap. I end up rewinding it because I don't understand how every time... I'm surprised I didn't actually get clattered there. Every single time the Ferrari made a move, they'd spin. But even with that gap, that was like... Oh, fucking brilliant camera angle. Even with that, you can see the gap that me and... the gap that I had to Sebastian Vettel. He instantly transfers that gap to the Williams and is already on the back of me. I don't know how the Ferrari does it. I really don't, because I've driven that thing and it's not like... controlled by a pad, it's not that fast. As you can see, I'm ultra defense mode. And I believe... No, this is second to last lap. But as you can see, if you can see it on the steering wheel... Yeah, P3. You can see it quite clearly there. So I'm battling for a podium position. Never thought I'd be saying that. Oh, look! You can... As I get rammed, holy shit. Lewis Hamilton. You thought the 3 wide behind me was mad? Oh, final lap. Oh my god. Oh, don't you love the nose cam? You can't see jack diddly shit apart from my end plate, a bit of front wing, and the clear track about a minute ahead of me is Valtteri Bottas. The clear track ahead of me. Love it. Absolutely brilliant view. Don't need behind me. This is yet again a different place. I get tagged by Lewis Hamilton, who is just in no mood. This is the final lap. He's in no mood to stick behind me. I get a bit aggressive back to him. That save, for me, was really good. But it wasn't, because I was trying to make my tyres work, and that didn't help. I get a bit aggressive back to him, because fuck you, Lewis. But we'll stick on board. That is a truly train and a half. I don't even think in my Haas career mode, and none of it got uploaded. My Haas career mode, I didn't have a train that big. No, tell a lie, I had a fucking train from 3rd to 15th. That was just like a third to point. As you can see, I checked to see if this is the final lap. I have a Merc, fully upgraded, well, when I say fully upgraded, this is the first China race. I decided to take matters into my own hand. Very aggressive with Lewis. That was basically 4 wide. I'm very aggressive with Lewis. He ends up hitting me and hit me again. He chips off end plate. Doesn't mean jack shit to AI. And in the Sauber, I'll end up reversing it, because I don't even believe it myself. As you can see, the rest of the train has lost it through that corner. How far do I want to fucking rewind? Actually, no, it actually shows perfectly the gap. As you can see, right there, Perez ends up losing grip on the tyres. He's way back. Even then, I believe that was the other Force India of Ocon. As you can see, I'm very aggressive defending Hamilton. But I end up getting rammed by him twice. I will admit, I was a dirty blocker that race, but quite frankly, I do not care. Felipe Massa ends up losing out to Lewis Hamilton, so on the final lap, Lewis Hamilton goes from about 6th to 4th, which is really good to him. But somehow, I come home in 3rd in a Sauber. Don't ask me how. I'll see you next time.